Perfect. I wonder if there's another box that it partials in. Oh. No, it's not. You know what? Nice. We've cut down on the chicken usage. That'll work. Indy, if I ever come over to England, you're gonna have to take me to your best fish and chip place. I really want fish. All right, gentlemen, hustle. Come on, guys, I want that expansion. Technically, I could just take out the loans and buy it, but go. Are in Brington, south coast of England, and 2 hours from me. Is that because that's the freshest place they can get their fish? I think ours is Maine. I think Maine is probably the best place to get seafood. up in the northeast coast area. Definitely not the west coast, 'cause the west coast is nothing but salt water because of the Pacific Ocean over there. And all the fresh, salty fish are in the Atlantic, which I believe is, you know, all up there close to Maine. Definitely not where I live. That is for sure. All of our fish is imported. Seaside place? Ew, gross. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's generally where you're gonna get the fresh stuff is, you know, where all the fishing is done. Stones? Really? Interesting. Trying to get an influx of thieves. It's a great place. When you get to come to London, it's definitely worth a day trip. Good to know. If I travel to any country to visit, it's going to be at least a week, if not more, because you'll never see everything in the amount of time. But I will say, we watched, so I don't know if you watch any food eaters or eating competition people, but we watched a channel called Beard Meets Food. And then somewhere in England, I don't remember where, they had, because that's where he's from, they had a festival or something, kind of like what we have, where we have a bunch of food stands and you go around and get food, and you know, it's a good time. It's kind of type of food that you normally wouldn't find in actual restaurants. But he had one of those, and let me tell you, the aesthetic you guys have great aesthetic. And what I mean by that is your buildings and your designs are so intriguing over boring America. And we're technically the melting pot for all types of backgrounds, but we use none of them. We are plain, boring brick and steel, and it's like, really? We've got Indians, Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, English, Germans, Spanish, Italians, and we don't incorporate any of those designs into anything we ever do. It is, to me, it is boring. course, it might also just be my area I live in, but yeah, we watch Beard Meets Food, Randy Santel, and Katina Eats Kilos. And then my wife picked up a new guy that recently Randy's been talking about. I don't watch him, but she watches his every now and then. Yes, our architecture is very cool. However, I think your town and villages are so cozy and homely. I don't know where you're going to find that, but I guess it kind of depends on where you've traveled to. Because here in the Midwest, it's nothing but farmland, people. Miles and miles of flat land with nothing but corn in the summertime and some wheat on the side. Yeehaw, get your tractors ready. Yibbity bibbity. What a pep in your step, dude. Let's go. For some reason I came across Montpelier in Vermont. Oh, well, I've never been to Vermont, so maybe. Vermont's a very small state. So is not New England, New Jersey. Massachusetts is pretty small. Really anything up in the northeast coast line is our smaller state. Really the west are the bigger states. I guess because it's so much desert, they didn't want to divide it into into smaller areas. It was like, yeah, we'll do this. And then you got, what is it, Oklahoma? I think it's Oklahoma. That's the it's right above Texas. It's the weirdest shaped state. It's like, why didn't you just why didn't you just cut the top of Texas off and give it to Oklahoma? Because it just looks stupid. It's like a long piece of land, and then it's got this little handle like it's a pot or something. It's like, what are you doing? That's my visualization of American life, probably because the films use towns like that. Yeah, if you ever go to New York or California, especially the bigger cities of California, Miami, Florida, and along the South Coast, you'll think different. Now, I'm not saying the small towns aren't a little cozy, especially the very small ones that only have like 500 people in it. Those kinds of towns are pretty cozy. You know, there's not a lot of people. Everybody knows everybody, and the home building aesthetic isn't so bad. Now, older homes are a lot better looking than newer and modern homes, in my opinion. Which is a different take than what I think of on vehicles. I'm not a fan of the older vehicles like most people are around here. They're like, oh, well, the 1950s Chevy Corvette, or whatever the fuck it is a very nice car. I'm like, that is nothing but a metal brick. It is square, it is unappealing, and I don't like it. I'm definitely a round kind of guy. I like my edges round. I like vehicles that are more futuristic, not the Tesla truck that is an ugly piece of junk. But I do like more futuristic looking cars. but not the Tesla truck. That thing is just ugly. And I apologize to anybody. Actually, I don't apologize, but I'm sorry that you like the Tesla truck. It's ugly. Elon Musk did not do a good job on that decision. The thing of it is he's very proud of that truck, and I'm like, how can you be proud of that? It's unappealing. Most people have to add color to it just to make it more appealing. It's that bad. The standard silver color is awful. Yeah. It's like you took sheet metal and just built a truck out of it. 5, 6, 7, 715. That'll put me at what? 1,500 or 15,000. Which, do 11,000 here. That's 14,000. I really need more growth than product at this point. Get in there. Yarr. There. They're trapped. Haha. You guys are now trapped. He's just gonna go through it. I swear no one ever empties the bin outside. I feel that way sometimes. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Between which ones? Because you got Supermarket Simulator, you got Supermarket Together, you've got TCG, which I consider that kind of a market, but they finish. Oh, let's see. That is a good question. They both have good aspects, even though they're both kind of together right now. Because before I would say Supermarket Together, even though this one is more aesthetically appealing, Supermarket Together gave you a lot more options on things, because they had that whole tree of you can go here, you can go there. But I mean, there's some things that I don't like about Together that I like about this one, and it really comes down to where they put the items. So, for example, in Together, milk goes on the shelf, where in this one, milk goes in the refrigerator, which is kind of what we're all used to, at least over here in the States. I don't know what you guys do or what they do on the other side of the pond. Yes, so Together has had updates. Now, Together didn't have bills or loans. So there was that, but now they do. Together is also easier to make money. So in Together, unless they've changed it in an update, you could double the price of what the market is and nobody will complain. If you go like over 25 to 50 cents in here, people are complaining that the prices are too much. So I keep everything here at market price. It just seems to keep everybody happy. I had yogurt 10 cents more than what it was for market price, and people would not shut up about how expensive it was. It's like, really, guys? Really? I mean, um, so it's with all the updates and all the changes that both of them have gone through. I'm not really sure. I like aspects of both of them. Um, some of the customizations that you can do in together, I like the different lights, the different, um, you know, they've got different plants you can put around. Um, the bins for vegetables and fruits I like better over there. Um, because this kind of looks like they just, you know, threw them in a crate and there you go. Where over and together, it's kind of like they got a basket or so. Okay. Uh, but you know, aesthetically, I like this one more. Visually. Um, but one thing I do like about uh together is that you can name your employees. You can't name your employees here. I've named them, but you can't name them per se. Um, so, but we'll see. Um, you know, it would be nice if this one was also co-op, where you could have your friends come in and play. But I understand this is a supermarket simulator that is together, meaning multiplayer. So, you know, kind of have that aspect. What time is that concert thing? 5? 6? Oh, I thought your appointment was at 4. Welcome back.